Okay, just as a reminder, these videos are intended to help you review concepts or to help summarize what you should have learned in class. Don't think that you have to watch them straight through from beginning to end. The best use of the video will be to fast forward through things that you know already and to rewind and listen to things again that you might still be having trouble with. So use them to the best of your ability. Don't just ignore them because you think they might be moving too slow. Hi, welcome to our Geometry Unit C summary videos. These videos are intended to summarize the investigations that we learned in class and to work some exercise problems to help you prepare for the test. So hang on, I hope you find them useful, and please give me some feedback and let me know if this is something you want me to continue doing throughout the year. Okay, Section 1 of Unit C is the introduction to polygons, perimeter, and area. At this point, we haven't really learned any formulas yet, but we're just understanding the concept behind what is a polygon and what is not, classifying polygons by their names, and also the difference, compare and contrast of perimeter and area. We'll be right back. Okay. It's time for our geometry review. This chapter is about perimeter and area and the introduction to polygons. So this is the vocabulary for our first section, basically determining if we have a polygon and if so, being able to classify it. So if we'll take a moment and go through the vocabulary. Number one, we have a polygon with 8 sides. And if you remember to look at your flip chart, the prefix octa stands for 8. Octa is 8. Gon is side. Octagon, 8 sides. So our first definition would be H, octagon. Number 2, a closed figure made of at least 3 line segments in which each segment touches exactly 2 others and the line segments have only the endpoints in common. Well, closed, we know what closed means from class, and basically this last part where the segment touches 2 others only in the endpoints, that's just explaining what closed is. So a closed figure that has 3 or more line segments, this is the definition to polygon. And if you look over at our answer choices, polygon is choice E. Number 3, a polygon with 4 sides. You guys know that that is a quadrilateral. The distance around a shape expressed as the sum of the lengths of its sides. So we're going to go around a shape and we're going to add it together. And what is that? Correct, that is perimeter. So choice B. The amount of space a polygon occupies. So basically how much it covers, expressed as the number of square units. So what measure have we learned about so far in this chapter that talks about covering a space and we use square units? Here again is the word cover. So that must be area. Any of the line segments that form a polygon, so the outside of the polygon, the line segments have a special name, and we have 3 choices left: side, triangle, and pentagon. So the line segments are the sides, and then 7 and 8 we have 5 sides and 3 sides. So 5 sides would be our pentagon, and don't forget about that one. We have the building in Washington, D.C., also called the Pentagon because it's shaped like a pentagon, has 5 sides. And then a polygon with 3 sides is a triangle. So I hope that you got all of those correct. We'll be back in just a moment with some practice problems for section 1. Okay, so problems 9 through 14, first we have to determine whether we have a polygon. And if you recall, a polygon is a closed figure made up of line segments. So basically we're going to tell yes or no here, and if no, it's always a good study technique to know why the answer is no. So number 9, obviously this is a yes, we have a triangle. Number 10, we have a yes. 11 is a no because it is open. 12 is a no. There's more than one way to look at this. We can look at it as this is a no because it's really 3 triangles. Or this also breaks the rule. You know, the rule for a polygon is that each side can only touch 2 other segments. So if you look, this segment touches here, it touches this side, and it also touches this one. So it touches 3 segments here. So it breaks that rule as well. So the easiest thing to see is no, this is 3 triangles. It's not 1 polygon. But it touches too many times. And then, of course, 13 is a yes. We have a square. And 14 is a yes. Then on classifying polygons, I hope you got these correct. We're just classify means to name or to put them in their family group. So we have a triangle, a quadrilateral, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8-sided figure would be an octagon. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-sided figure would be a pentagon. Okay, so that takes care of the second page of our study guide. If you will pause the video and try page 3, we'll be back in just a second to check your work. Okay, let's check page 3. So 19 and 20, we're continuing from the previous page, classifying the polygon. And on 19, we have, again, a triangle. And 20, we have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5-sided figure. This is another pentagon. Okay, on 21 through 28, you were to calculate the perimeter. So if you remember, perimeter is the distance around a figure. So in 21, the perimeter is 4 sides, and each of the sides is 4 centimeters, so we have 4 4-centimeter sides, or 16 centimeters. 22, we have 2 3-inch sides, a 7-inch side, and a 5-inch side, which would give us 6 plus 7 plus 5, or 18 inches. So I think that you get the idea of perimeter. If you will go ahead and check the answer key that's up on the website, you can check your answers for the rest of the problems on this page. Okay, on page 4, we're supposed to approximate the area of each polygon. Each square of our grid represents 1 square unit, so we are actually measuring in units here. Remember, when we count the length of our sides or our height, we're counting spaces, so you have to be really careful with that. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 spaces here, or 8 units, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 units here. So in this one we have a square, and remember, the area of a square is side squared, which in this case is still length times width, right? Still a parallelogram. So 8 squared would be 64 units squared, because area is measured in square units. It's two-dimensional. Let's go ahead and skip down and do 32. 32, we have a triangle. So we know that a triangle is base times height divided by 2. Remember that the height of a triangle is the distance, the perpendicular distance from a vertex to the opposite side, and that opposite side becomes the base. Remember, this has to be perpendicular. So I have a base of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units, a height of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 units. So using my formula, I have a base of 7, a height of 10, which would be 70 divided by 2, or 35 units squared. I wanted to look at one more on this page. Here we have a hexagon, and up until this point we have not talked about how to find the area of a hexagon or other polygons. We're going to cover that later on, but up until now what we do know how to do is to separate a geometric figure into things we can find the area of. So there's many ways to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and separate this into 2 triangles and a rectangle. And then to find the area of the total figure, I'll just find the area of each part and add it together. So on this triangle, I am going to use this purple side as the base. Then the height would be right there. So the height is 1, 2, 3 units. So this one, base times height over 2, would be a height of 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. A base of 8 divided by 2. Which I'm going to simplify that 8 over 2 and just make it 4 times 3, or 12 square units. So I have 12 square units in this triangle, 12 square units in this triangle, because they are congruent. Now I just need to find the area of the rectangle inside. So that area is going to be length times width. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which gives me 48 inside. So the total area of the figure is going to be 48 plus 12 plus 12, or 60 plus 12, which is 72 units squared. The other figures on the page, the rectangle, the triangle, and the trapezoid, I think you can do. Remember to check your answers on the website. The answer key has been posted.